with it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Speed right through. All right, good evening, everyone. The time is now 6:04 p.m., and we are ready to call to order our regularly scheduled meeting for April 21st, 2022. Miss R&B Day, would you please call the roll, please?
Miss Virginia English.
Here.
Miss J.J. Frazier. Here. Joe Salazar is absent. Mr. Corey Williams.
Here.
Miss Michelle Wills-Hill.
Here.
Maisha Ali is not here, and Eliza Moyer is out today too.
All right. Very nice. We will move right along to item number 3 to adopt our agenda. Has everyone had a chance to review the agenda?
Yes.
All right, and I would just need a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve the agenda as stated.
I second.
Motion by Mrs. Wills Hill, second by Mrs. English. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we have a meeting. First off, item number 4, showcasing schools. This evening we have Bricker Elementary. Mrs. Tracy Jarboe, the principal, and assistant principal Kristen Sachelli. I was talking you up, Miss Jarboe. I was like, I wonder if she's bringing cookies because your baking is awesome.
Well, good evening, esteemed Board of Education and District Leadership. Again, I am Tracy Jarboe, and I'm very proud and privileged to be here representing the awesome staff, students, and community of Bricker Elementary School. Would you please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance and stand? Anticipation.
The Pledge of Allegiance. Our Harrison District mission is graduate college and career-ready students with the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and behaviors to personally succeed and contribute to the common good.
Our Harrison District core beliefs are:
All students are capable of excellence. Our purpose is to maximize student success. The well-being of our students, staff, families, and community is worthy of our investment. Our shared priorities are
classroom, culture, community.
Thank you. Well, we welcome you to Bricker Elementary, and what is unique about our building is we are a Leader in Me building, which means that our students lead the learning. And so we are going to have them begin the presentation for you this evening. They're not here in person, but they are here virtually, and so we are going to pull them up and have them tell you a little bit about what it means to be a Leader in Me school. That's Justin Siegel, our PE teacher. This is our student lighthouse. It's like a student council, but they lead everything at our building.
We each had to complete an application and interview to get in. Even though it was scary, I'm proud to be in it. Student Lighthouse is like student council, but better. We lead others in our vision, and 7 habits. At Bricker Elementary, the students created our vision and mission. Our vision is We Create Greatness! Our mission is All learn, all lead to succeed! Bobcats lead L. Live responsibly. E. Excellence every day. A. Awesome attitude. D. Demonstrate respect. My mission statement is to help me be a reader. I always know all my letters and my sounds. I'm most proud of how much days I read in school. My mission statement helps me have a best life. We practice habit 2 by creating wildly important goals that we track in our Bobcat binders. My wig is to get 24, but I have already passed 24 to go on grade level. We lead our own parent-teacher conferences and meetings.
What does it mean to be a leader?
Means to be a good person, to show an example. It teaches me to be responsible and make good choices. It helps me lead my learning and by example. My favorite part about Bricker Elementary is raising money for the Kids Heart Challenge and hanging out with the kindergartners. My name is Gracia, and what I am in 1st grade is a student, and I love to do writing. Let's see. When I first learned about decimals. I am most proud that we practice the 7 habits.
Hey, Justice, what was your favorite part of kindergarten?
My favorite part of kindergarten is learning. Soccer. My friends. What makes Bricker special? What does make Bricker special? What really makes it special is the teachers, how they are so kind, nice to you. They really care for you, and they want to help you. And the entire school is just awesome.
Hey, 5th grade, what's the best school in town?
Elementary.
That's a little bit about our students and about what it means to be a leader in Me building.
Very nice.
For the next part of our presentation, we would like to share with you the 3 priorities and what they look like at Bricker. And to talk about the classroom, we're going to have Mr. James Barnes, our counselor.
Hi guys, thanks for having us. It's awesome to be here. I just want to start out like this is, you'll see some of us sitting in the crowd. It's such a great group of people to work with. We all have such a similar vision of just doing what is best for our kids and really giving our students just the opportunity to succeed and grow as leaders. And it's my 4th year there, and so it's really awesome. I've gotten to see my kindergartners get up to 3rd grade now, and it's just the growth that I see in them and really just watching how Leader in Me affects everybody in the building and just watching kids overcome challenges and awesome. And we couldn't do it without all the awesome people up in that slide. To give you a little bit of background information about our student demographics, we've got 272 proud Bobcats. They're awesome. We do deal with some socioeconomic challenges, as we have 85% of free and reduced lunch, but really awesome that we're able to provide at least 2 meals for those that population every school day, which is awesome. We have 36% ELL, which is English language learners, 17% SPED. Our gifted population grew from 1% to 2.5%, so we're stoked about that. And we do have a good bit of diversity. 75% identify as Hispanic, 15% Caucasian, 8% African American, and 5% identify as mixed race. And really, it really goes with our mission of all belong, all learn, all lead to succeed. And I'm really proud of our kids, really proud of our staff. It's really awesome. And then to talk about some data.
Yeah, it's me.
You looked at me like, what are you doing?
Our assistant principal, Kristen. Yes, I get to talk to you about one of my favorite things, data. Yes.
It truly is.
So as we've seen across the nation, COVID certainly did affect our schools, and we do see that in Bricker as well. But we anticipate next year that we're going to see upward trends with our amazing staff and everything that we've put into place with all of our dedication. With that said, something that we've seen already with our iReady middle of year growth. So with a typical growth, what we would like to see at middle of the year is at least 50% with our students. That means that they have met halfway. So what typical growth is going to be is your annual year growth, what we want to see. We can see that a lot of our grade levels have already surpassed that in reading. And with stretch growth, they've gone even further. They've gone past that expectation, making more than a year's growth already at mid-year. With math, even better. Even though we were seeing those low numbers for CMAS with 4th grade for last year, this is what we're seeing in 4th grade now. All of our students are meeting more than typical growth already by the middle of the year, which is amazing. We're very proud of that. Something else that is very phenomenal at Bricker is our access data. Bricker had the highest median growth percentile and the highest baseline median growth percentile out of all elementary schools in Harrison District. And we had the second highest cohort and second highest baseline median growth percentile of all schools in the district. We also had the highest percentage of ELLs on track for their fluency out of all schools in the entire district. That's us right there, the highest one, right there in red. That's us. So we're doing amazing things at our school, and we just expect that that's going to keep going as we have the dedication of our teachers and our parents, support from our community, and of course, our Board of Education, who's doing amazing things to support us. And now to talk about, no, that's me again. So talking about the Leader in Me school, something that, because I love data, I love to dig into some things, and something I noticed that since we had started implementing Leader in Me in the 2018-19 school year, we were having 209 office referrals, students that were being sent to the office. Since we implemented that, in just 3 years, that's dropped by 85%, going from 209 to just 30 office referrals. So we're seeing a huge, huge effect of Leader in Me on our school's culture. And now, Tracy will talk about our 21-23 goals.
How did we get there and where are we going? That's what I'm going to share with you. We were the proud recipient of an early literacy grant this year. It was our first year of implementation. It's made a remarkable difference. All of our students have set literacy goals for themselves, and our fantastic staff has been working very hard providing interventions to close those COVID achievement gaps. They're doing amazing work, and our students are working so hard. We're very proud. We make data-driven decisions at Bricker Elementary. We spend a lot of time working on our PDSA folders and review these weekly at PLC and MTSS. That's a new process for us this year, and it was a straight-up learning curve, but we've got it down now and we're rocking and rolling. We ensure that we have aligned quality Tier 1 instruction in every classroom every day, and we provide interventions every day to close those gaps for our kids. We also provide social emotional learning every day for our students. We use our PBIS LEAD matrix, which our students told you about, our Point 5 system, restorative practices, and the 7 habits of highly effective people. We have done a lot of training this year through ELG. We have learned all about PDSA cycles, which is Plan, Do, Study, Act. We have every single teacher trained K through 5 in Orton Gillingham. We have our K2 teachers trained in ECRI 3-5 rewards. We've done work around co-teaching and the 7 steps to a language-rich environment, as well as Leader in Me and Kagan structures. So a lot of training, a lot of dedication. And I want to let you know that much of this training happens on my staff's own time. So they engage in those virtual webinars and really give it all they've got. So again, very proud of my staff. We have had 2 book studies, Mathematical Mindsets and the 7 Steps to a Language-Rich Environment, that our teachers could participate in. The Mathematical Mindsets one is going on right now, very exciting. It's the new 2022 version of Joe Bowler's work. I'm a fan. And so I'm just very grateful for our instructional coach, Brittany Coleman Foster, who's been leading that work. I just want to also share that we have embedded PLC and MTSS when we're beginning to focus on backwards design. And again, my instructional coaches have been leading that work. We do use student leadership notebooks. We call them our Bobcat binders. Every student creates a personal mission statement. They create personal goals and academic goals. They track those goals. And I am very happy to tell you, many of them have already surpassed their goals. So we're very excited. They lead their own conferences, their own IEP meetings. It's really fun to watch them lead their learning. And having said that, I would just like to let you know that that is Brittany Coleman Foster holding our GOAT Award, which we stole from Amy. Thank you so much. I think that was your idea, wasn't it? Okay. Okay. Well, it's not ours, but we adopted it. It's the greatest of all time, and every week we have a greatest of all time staff member, and there they are engaged in their professional learning communities, and every week in our Monday message we try to spotlight the great instruction that we see, and it's happening all the time. So we invite you to come and visit our building. We would love to have our students give you a tour and share with you some of their data binders. Next, we're going to have a slideshow for you, and KDAG's musicians are singing.
My habits, my leadership comes from my habits, people ask me how I can have it, my leadership comes from my habits, it's all about my habits. Habit 1 is be proactive. I'm in charge of me and beginning the end in mind. I have a plan, and just never first things first. I run before I play. That's how I choose. There's in my groove. I have a leader in me, a leader I choose to be. There's in my groove. And I can share it with you, you can too. Not
Our slideshow timing's a little bit off, so hang in there. It's almost done.
My habits, ooh na na. My leadership comes from my habits, ooh na na. People ask me how I can have it, ooh na na. My leadership comes from my habits. It's all about my habits. Habit one is be proactive. I'm in charge of me and beginning with the end in mind. I have no plan. Manages well first things first. I run before I play. That's how I choose. Cause in my groove.
Again, I want to share with you, I'm just so proud to be the principal of such awesome kids who work so hard and the incredibly dedicated staff. I am only standing here to share our successes with you because of their hard work. There is truthfully not a harder working staff, I believe. We have teachers that have been in the district for over 20 years and teachers that have been with us for 9 months and everything in between. So I'd like to applaud my staff and my students. I think they're fantastic. And we are here to answer any questions you may have for us. You can ask us or the teachers, whomever you'd like.
Well, first off, congratulations on winning your grant and being so successful in creating a school full of leaders.
Thank you.
Because that is truly driving your data right now, Ms. Ciccelli. That access growth data was impeccable. And when we do see that discipline does go a long way when it comes to learning in the classroom environment. Those Bobcat binders, leaders is a habit. I like that. It's catchy. Having them take control of their learning and responsibility for their learning, and in doing so, their own community. So you got your own little small community of leaders taking ownership of their surroundings, being their friends and the classroom. That's amazing. You guys are doing an awesome job. I can't say anything else.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jarbo, I had the pleasure of visiting your school a few days ago. I wasn't actually visiting Bricker. I was visiting Wildflower K1, but go figure. But anyway, I had the opportunity to tour your classrooms and your school, and I was very impressed.
Oh,
Very impressed.
thank you. Anyone else?
I don't even know how to say more than what's already been said, other than that song is still playing in my head. I can't get that out. No.
I have to tell you, we have 3 of the finest special teachers on the planet. And Katie Agee is our music teacher, and she writes many of those songs and music and piggybacks on other people's music and really does amazing things with our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So congratulations. Just phenomenal job. It just makes us very proud for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to say, I was taking notes up here, but the Leader in Me program, outstanding for the disciplinary issues to go down from 209 to 30. That is absolutely amazing. So thank you for providing our students with different opportunities to learn and to lead, and that we lead to succeed. That's very catching and great too. So, and also I wrote down the weekly acknowledgement of the Great Instructor Award. So thank you for creating a space to be inclusive for our teachers, because without our teachers, we couldn't do anything that we're doing as well. So thank you. Outstanding job. We really appreciate all your hard work.
Well, thank you. we would like to thank you as well. And this is always a bittersweet time of year for us because April showers bring May flowers. And this is when our children really blossom and bloom, and we're ready to set them free. So my teachers have worked very hard, and we have a beautiful child garden at Bricker. And to honor that,
Oh.
on behalf of the Bricker staff,
You know my heart.
we have a cookie garden for you.
Yes.
And to everyone in the audience, there's some for you too.
Very nice. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
If I wasn't happy before, I am on 10,000 now. I was on 9,999, but very nice. Thank you guys for everything that you guys have done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right. All right. And we will move past item number 5, public comment. No one has signed up this evening. Moving right along to item number 6, communicating with the board. We have our seating of our new student board representative. All right. Ms. Candelora Dionisio was selected from a group of applicants from Harrison High School earlier this month, and she is ready to start her duties. We are glad to be able to accept her as a new board member. And if you would join me up here for your swearing in, that would be amazing. I got a pretty big mouth, so we'll be all right. Raise your right hand. Switch your mouth. There we go. I state your name.
Candelora Denisha,
Commit to representing the voices and perspectives
commit to representing the voices and perspectives
of all students in Harrison School District 2,
of all students in Harrison School District 2,
and do solemnly swear
and do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully perform
that I will faithfully perform
all duties of a student board representative
all duties of a student board representative,
as stated in Harrison School District 2
as stated in Harrison School District 2,
Governance Culture Policy
Governance Cultural Policy,
Exhibit 2E.
Exhibit 2E.
Congratulations. And though we don't have your plaque just yet, these are your name tapes,
Thank you.
and you can have a seat on the dais.
Our seats over here.
But, or can you take a picture with her for Ms. O'Brien?
Oh, yes. Thank you. All right, very nice. And usually, when we have our board meetings and we need to make changes, we usually do that before the board meeting starts. But today is a special occasion because we would like to also recognize our favorite administrative person, Miss Norma Haramdide. And we have several gifts for her as well. This one's got a little weight to it. Support the bottom of that one.
You have to take a picture too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll get you down here too, yeah.
Kendall, you get to be in the picture.
And if you don't know, anything that we do isn't possible without her. Anything that we do, so.
All right. We want to get in there. 1, 2, 3.
And she'll even tell you, any event that I go to, I'm like, Norma, where am I supposed to park? Norma, who do I need to talk to? So she coordinates all of that, yes.
Thank you.
And we've had a running joke for a long time, Norma Magic.
Norma Magic.
Norma Magic. All right. And we will move right along to item number 7, our board consent agenda. All of these things have already been spoken about and discussed prior to today's meeting at our work session. And so it is item 7.1, approval of the minutes for work session March 3rd. Item 7.2, approval of minutes board meeting March 17th. Item 7.3, OE2, Superintendent Emergency Succession Monitoring Report by Dr. Wendy Perhansel. Item 7.4, OE10, Communicating with the Public Indicator Report with Christine O'Brien. And item 7.5, I would just need a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve the board consent agenda items as stated.
I second.
Motion by Mrs. Frazier, second by Mrs. Wills Hill. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Item so moved. Moving right along to item number 8, Superintendent Consent Agenda. And those items include item 8.1, April 2022 Personnel Report and Comparison Report. Item 8.2, February 2022 Financial Statement. And for item 8.3, I would just need a motion.
I move to approve the superintendent consent agenda as stated.
I second.
Motion by Mrs. English, second by Mrs. Wills Hill. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item so moved. And item number 9, monitoring board performance. We have our annual work plan, and we did not have any changes, though we do have a very slam-packed May coming up with almost 50 items across our district, so we will be quite busy trying to wrangle and get to all of those.
Mr. President, I'd like to add something if I could.
Go ahead.
November 30th through December 4th is the National Alliance of Black School Educators Conference, and it conflicts with the Colorado Association of School Boards Conference, which is from December 1st to December 3rd. I'm not sure if board members will be attending either or, but I'd like to have it there as a reminder.
And what are those dates one more time?
November 30th through December 4th.
Oh, wow, through the entire conference. All right, well, the CASB convention does have several sessions on many days, so I'm sure we can more than likely cover the time amongst all of our board members. All right. And item number 2, Dr. Berhansel, do we have any legislative updates?
So I think there's, what, Ms. Becker, 22 days left of session? 20 days. And I can share that the preschool bill is moving forward fast and furious without all of the details needed to move forward fast and furious. So it's happening. We know that the governor ran on that, so it's happening. What that means for us, we're still kind of figuring it out. It means 10 hours of free preschool. They're calling it universal preschool. I would not call 10 hours a week universal anything for students. So we're gonna have to figure out how do we piecemeal that and give kids what they really need to make sure they're successful, especially when we have a lot of students who don't have the support that they need at home for early literacy. So we wanna just make sure that we're providing what our students need above and beyond the basic minimum that the state will provide. And then Ms. Becker, can you come to the podium and just speak to where we are with the school finance bill? Every night we exchange texts on, what does this mean? What does this mean? So I'm gonna make her explain it, where we are as of today at 6 o'clock.
Right. Oh, good evening, Board of Education. Yes, it is fast and furious and moving. So 20 days left in the legislative session. So School Finance Act, great, why it's been proposed, and that has today is a buy down of the negative factor, the BS factor. So currently at the state, that's $501 million that all school districts we get to fully share in receiving less revenue than what the School Finance Act says. So the buy down is $183 million. To bring that down to about $321 million. So what that would mean, and again though, it's not official, not approved, but what we know now. What does that mean for Harrison? Currently, our negative factor, the dollar amount we do not receive this year is about $7.9 million. And that would drop that down to about $4.8 million. So we're making improvements, we're getting there, that's great, that's exciting. But it's not over until it's over. Dr. Berhansel and I are really excited about, and I'm looking forward to how we can, again, get our voice in. So the interim school finance committee this year really studied the at-risk factor, and that has gotten the sign of approval. It's headed to the governor. And that will be a 5-year implementation because there is a lot to it. But we're very excited because that introduces, other than currently in the School Finance Act in Colorado, an at-risk student is defined by free lunch. And there's so much that goes into that to make an impact. But now with this new measure for at-risk, it includes like a socioeconomic neighborhood indicator weight. So it will also consider Medicaid data in addition to free lunch. So it's really exciting to see Colorado as a state, but I know Senator McCluskey and others are already convening, like names are even already being dropped on who's going to be in the committee. So that's something we definitely want to be a part. So really excited about that. Just a little bit, you know, we're all aware and we read about it, but we will hear more about the federal nutrition lunch services programs. And this is something we're talking about as well. So effective July 1st, all districts feeding students for free, the federal waiver is it ends. There was a lot of last minute ditch efforts for all of us in trying to, and it literally sat on Mitch McConnell's desk. And that is, and it will not go through. So there's gonna be some changes. We're very grateful here at Harrison. We participate in what's called the CEP program, where all of our students get breakfast and lunch for free. But during the past 2 years of COVID, it did allow these federal free waivers that we could provide grab-and-go meals. We could provide where families, students could come and pick up a grab-and-go meal and go off-site and eat it. That ceases to exist. With our summer school feeding, we're excited. We will have 5 sites open in June and July for summer school, but students or children 18 and under will still be allowed to come eat, but the food has to be consumed on the school site. So I thought school finance was complicated here in Colorado. Let me tell you about nutrition services. Mr. Williams, or if you want to delegate that. And it just alludes that, and I think I heard one of my colleagues, another CFO at another district in me, and said, we're just trying to do the right thing. and that's to get food to kids, to our students. So the continued vote, we continue the good fight and the work we're doing. There's definitely a lot of bills. One today that we talked about, there's a CORA bill, Colorado Open Records Act. And that's where I see some heads nodding. So we definitely, our consortium group down here have enough concerns about that, so just continue. But those are, I think, some of the highlights, as Dr. Bransel mentioned. Hang on to your advanced universal pre-K and what that means, but yeah, lots going on for sure. Any questions or
I'll just take this opportunity. Anytime there's something with school finance, Ms. Becker's name is on the list to talk to in the state, and so what a resource we have in her, of that she's seen as an expert throughout the state. And a thing I appreciate about her is she's not just a yes person. She's going to tell it how it is and how it affects our district, which a lot of people don't want to hear because we're a special district of, we're not Denver Metro, we're not rural, but we have diversity and we have high free and reduced lunch. So we have some unique needs that others don't advocate for. So she makes sure to advocate for us. But I just appreciate her and her voice on all the committees. Anytime you see school finance, you'll see her name on the list.
Especially because she sits as the head of some of those committees as well, so they don't have any choice but to listen.
When I talked earlier this week, I said, okay, I have to self-report again. And what that means is, right, we're asking some questions, and something came up with PARA, our employee retirement, and I'm just asking some, as when Dr. Bransel so gracious just said, oh, you mean you ask questions? So no, I appreciate that, very much appreciate all of you, because I know oftentimes it can be just kind of feel like the hamster on the wheel at times, but we continue, and I really appreciate the support of all of you and Dr. Bransel, that we feel empowered to continue to have a voice.
Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Becker. We have some updates from some of our events in the district.
So, for the past 3 days at Sierra High School, we have been in Challenge Day. And Mr. Jarbo and Ms. Becker and Dr. Brahanso and Ms. Frazier and we attended. I attended all 3 days, so I think I'm sleepwalking. But it was amazing. So over those 3 days, over 300 students actually attended. So SEL is very, very important, and it created a space for our students to be vulnerable enough and gave them permission to be who they are in their authentic selves, just to share. So it was a phenomenal experience, and if it started again next week, I would do it all over again. And I reiterated to them that they are amazing and that Harrison School District 2 is the best district ever, and we have the most phenomenal staff. So I'm proud to be D2. Thank you.
And what a note to end on. Moving on to item number 10, to adjourn, and I would just need a motion.
I move to adjourn.
Okay, I second. I was wondering.
Motion by Mrs. Wills Hill, second by Mrs. English. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Everyone be safe on your way home tonight.